Hello, friends. Today I will talk about a very interesting topic, which is CRUD app. How you can create your own application, like as we have the operations like create, read, update, delete. So how you can perform these CRUD operations. So here I've created a small app project so that you will get more understanding like what like how you can build your like how you can perform these operations in Angular. So it's like these are topics I have created like what so that let me show you the first application what I'm talking about so that you can get more idea like how these CRUD operations work, why it is very helpful. So let's see. So here we are going to develop this app. So here like these features we are going to develop, these are the validations that we can add. Features this task is for you if you are interested, totally interested in learning this project. So this task is for you so that you can get more idea about the application, how it works. So yeah, let's see. So here what I can do, let's suppose here I can add any car number and car owner number name, and we can add it here. So this is a create operation, this is a read operation, and if you see here this is the edit operation, so you can update the details also. So it will get updated details, and this is a delete operation. Okay, so and yeah, means we have a validation also. If I show you here what how this validation work. So if I enter the number, like I added a validation like it needs to be three character and three numbers. So if I add these three numbers, then now it is working. So this is we are going to develop. So here like we have and for so here we have multiple ways like how we can manage this data. So here what I used Redux for it. So let me show you that also. Uh, okay, so now let's move to the like what features we are going to see here, like list car number, add new car number, remove, update, view. So this is very beneficial like if you're learning any framework, any library. So this is very important to learn. So means later you can develop the more complex features and also now, but this is basic. This basic should also be, this filter is also working like, and here I have used Angular material also. So let me show you the architecture also, what I'm talking about. So yeah, I generated the document also of this. So here, like I talk about dependencies. So firstly, talk about dependencies like what we use. So here we use material and we use NGRX for it. So means if you want to run this project, so firstly you need to you need to little know about these dependencies also, so that you will get more understanding. And yeah, apart from it, let's see the overview, like how many components we have. So like we have one component to display all this data, and we have one component to add the data. So if you see here we have this component to add the data, so we just simply pick two components and we are simply just doing all those things. And now now what we have. Yeah. So yeah, what I talk about. So CRUD app means we can, and yeah, these are the feature operations that we are going to perform, and the next move to validations that we can add in our application, and like what features you can add in an application. It is very possible, like, and you can post the features also, like what features you want to add in there, so that you will get more understanding. Like I want to learn this thing, so that like how you can implement that. And next is, so I show you documentation like how this architecture work, like how those things are. Later I will go to the deep dive in the like in the code, but firstly you need to understand the basic things also. And I told you about the NGRX also. So so before come to this NGRX, let me show you one thing regarding the project here. So here we have this project. So means the prerequisite here is like you must know the Angular here, because we have this project, and means you must know the how you can create models, store, and also. So what we have done here, so means we are simply importing the home component here that we talk about. So in the home component, we have all the buttons that we added, like to like add card details, add button, and we have filter button, filter data, and with this we are showing the our records. So yeah, these are the things that we have. These are multiple sections we can say in our application, and how it is working. And this is home component, and like I create interface also like ID, car number, owner name we need for it, and here we have done nothing. We just simply importing the component that we created, and the score and store is a part of Redux. So yeah, I will go to this Redux also, so that you will get more idea. And this is a form on which we are adding the data. So now I understand. I think you must have got the idea like what we are going to develop and how we can develop these things. And so this is the main part. This is also main part like NGRX. So here what we have this. Yeah, means so we are using Angular version 15 here because version is also important. So yeah, you must keep this thing in mind also. And next is what we have architecture final slide. Okay, so now let's move to the code part now. So let me show you how this store works. So this is just a way to like architecture perspective, like how we are extracting those files and using those files in other place. So here what we have done, firstly we define the state. So if I talk about this thing, let me show you. So first thing we have is like we are talking about the NGRX now. So previous. So now we have these states, like how the state management works. So here I'm totally talking about like how this data manipulation working here. So we have these things. Okay, state selector reducer actions. I'm just trying to present like so that you will get more idea, like how you can use these things. So yeah, here let's talk to like in the tech perspective, like how this thing is working. So firstly, we have selector. Okay, so now if we have what selector we have here, we have this car selector here. Okay, now next thing what we have is component. So we have let me add the component here also. So we have two components here. Component. Then what we have is store and reducer. Now we have oh, sorry. Uh, component action store action reducer store action reducer. stores affects here we have noticed because we are not using any API here, so we are, effect is not needed here. So now here let me show you how the things are working. So like I want some data in this component. Okay, so how we can get the data? We can get the data from the selector. So if you see here, like in the selector we have sure. So if you see the selector here, so we have the select car item. So these things we have. Now if we see the component here. Now if you see store service here, okay. So in the store, let me show you one thing here. Uh, so yeah, if you see here, we have selectors. Okay, so we have select car items. So with the select car items, how it works? So in the select car items, it will fetch whatever the cars we have. So here, if you see, we have these cars. So means if we add any data here, so this is like with the store, from the store we are getting this data, and if we are editing, so we are getting all these things from the store. So here we have like with the from the selector we will get the data in the components. Now how this like how we now what I need to like update the selector and all. So how we can achieve that? So so like from the store we will get to the selector, and then we have this. Now from the component we are performing the actions, like we are adding the data, we are editing the data. So these are the actions that we created in the reducer. So if you check the reducer file here, let me show you reducer file here. uh, so in the reducer we define operations like uh, so here we have operations. Where are the, so means here we like deleting the car, editing the car, adding the car. So means with this reducer we are updating those values. Now so let me mark that thing also. So yeah, if you see here, so with the like here like how these things are updated from by this. So now next step is like actions, action reducer. Okay. Reducer actions. So let's see this and this and it is like that. Okay, now it is visible. So means here. So let's recap this all this, like how the store is working here. Okay, so firstly what we have done, we have created a state. Okay, like we have like we need to work on the car items, and we created an interface for it. So I mentioned it here also, like we created a state, like things start from here. So in the store app model we uh, so let me show you the store also first. So if you want to use this store, so here we have this store. So like if you want to use ngRX, then we need to define the store. So in the store I define the reducers. So here we have this reducer also. So that is why it is working. And under the reducer we have all those configurations. So now let's so firstly we have defined the state. Then what we have done, like we have a state now. So like so now we need to perform the actions, like how these things, like what actions we need to add, like add, edit, delete. So we like here in the actions we define. So now we have defined the actions. Now what the actions do, so we write the logic in the reducer. So if you see here, we have written the logic in the reducer. So under the reducer we have all those items, and according to that, like here we are merging, like updating the object array. Here we are updating the object array. Here we are data deleting the data from the object array using the slice method. And with the selector, I told you, like we are using these selectors to like fetch and get the value and all. And so now if you see here, like with the store, what how many operations we perform. So here, like with the dispatch and with the select, we are doing the operation. So with the select, this is selector, so we are fetching the data and subscribing the data and binding to the value. And here this car list, so this car, how this car list is using here. So if you see here, so now we get the get list. So this is just to get the list. And then store dot, so with the dispatch, so here like dispatching is basically to updating the like if you want to update the store, then we can use this add dispatch store and all. And same thing, like you can check in the home component also. uh, so here we have like fetching the data and updating the values and deleting the data. So we have with the dispatch operation, we are deleting the data. So yeah, means if you practice this thing, you will get to know like the whole cycle, like how this life cycle working. So yeah, so this thing you can go through. And like this like core folder I created just for to update the, this is basically just to show and like and update a configuration in the module. So if you see here, we have this meta reducer. So in the meta reducer, like we are configuring all those values. So yeah, and let's go through the code also. Is there anything that I need to discuss here? Yeah, for validations we have used the set validator function to edit on the number. And we just created a, we are just using reactive form modules here. And let me go through. So yeah, this is Angular material that we are using. So with that, we are displaying the data. This is all the work of Angular material here. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubt or anything you want to discuss, you can comment it here. Yeah, thanks for watching.